Good morning. Transportation Committee for Tuesday, March 8th is called to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representatives Boyd, Campbell, Grills, Halford, Hicks, Hurt, Kiesling, Marsh, McKenzie, Potts, Powers, Rudd, Russell, Thompson, Todd, Towns, Vital, Weaver, Whitson, Vice Chairman Hall, Chairman Howell.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Any personal orders from the committee? Seeing none. Members, we have 7 bills on the calendar today, starting with House Bill 2146 by Speaker Pro Tem Marsh. I have a motion. Do I hear a second? I have a motion and seconds. Speaker Pro Tem Marsh, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I believe you have an amendment that I have to put on in this committee.
I do. It's 014154.
That's what I have. Members, do I have a motion on the amendment? I have a motion and a second on the amendment. We'll vote on the amendment, put it on the bill. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The amendment is on the bill. Speaker Pro Tem Marsh, you are recognized to explain your bill as amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the amendment does really make the bill. This bill establishes a third-party skill testing program administered by the Department of Safety for the purpose of facilitating the testing and licensing of commercial driver's license. And there are currently barriers on the state and federal level for people to obtain a commercial driver's license, very big barriers. And what we're trying to do in this is, as a state, cut some of those out and make it a lot easier. I understand that in the United States, we're 80,000 truck drivers short now, with proposed to be over 300,000 in the next 5 or 10 years. So it's getting critical. And what this bill does, in a nutshell, it gives the Department of Safety about $800,000 more dollars to hire some more people. And they are several people short. And if you want to get a skills test as a truck to try to get your commercial driver's license, you go take the written test. If you pass that, you've got to make an appointment for one of our state skills tests. In my area, the closest one is Columbia, which is about 50 miles away. Then you have to get an appointment. Is anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months to get an appointment to go get your skills test. So these guys are not going to wait that long to get a job. So what we're going to try to do here is the Department of Safety is going to open it up for third parties to do skills testing. We used to have that several years ago, but it sort of got out of hand and they ringed it all back in to do it in-house. Now we're going to do it with third parties. What the extra money that the department is going to, what they're going to do with that extra money is they're going to hire auditors. And these auditors are going to go out and check the third-party people and make sure they're doing it properly and safely. So that's the biggest part of what this bill does. It also will allow for more flexibility for school bus endorsements, testing, and ensure that school bus drivers are safe. This bill will allow for the purchase of surplus commercial vehicle to keep the state testing sites, expand the intrastate commercial driver's license availability. And what we're doing in that, we're allowing, it's against the law in the United States for anyone to drive a commercial driver's license interstate. You got to be 21 years old. What we're going to do here, we're going to allow 18 years old guys and girls to drive within the state boundary. So that should catch a lot of our potential drivers as they get out of high school, teach them how to drive locally. And when they turn 21, they should be available to go into long-haul business. This also codifies new federal regulations that the department will have to comply with to remain federal compliant. And let's see, while these changes help to open the door for more truck drivers, it will keep the department federal compliant and our roads safe, as well making sure federal highway funds are not at risk by being out of federal compliance. With that, I'll answer any questions.
Thank you, Speaker Pro Tem Marsh. Any questions from the committee? Representative Thompson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just a quick question. Are we speeding this too long? Are we maybe giving up any potential safety testing as a result of this?
Pardon me, what'd you say now?
Are we giving up, we giving up any potential safety testing through this process
No,
of speeding it
n-
along?
Not in my opinion, we're not. These testers have to go on a 2-week class given by the Department of Safety. They have to prove that they know what they're doing, and the testers really have to be truck drivers. They have to know exactly what they're doing. There's a lot of rules and regulations they have to go through. There's specific routes that the trucks drive in a test that's set up by the Department of Safety. So I think it's probably going to be even better.
Okay, thank you very much.
Representative McKenzie, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for bringing this piece of legislation before us. I think this is it's a much needed piece. Question, and I like the fact that you're pointing it toward recently released inmates that have that show themselves worthy and have the desire and capacity to do this. As a next step, I will just say, would you consider having some kind of training while they're in? Because at the end of the day, there's no magic that if they're released on a Tuesday, they're going to be released on the next Tuesday. Why not start them a little earlier? So and I think we have the facilities and the land to do some of that safely and without, putting people in harm's way. That way they could come out kind of job ready. So just something to consider. I know they do I visited Morgan County. There's all kinds of welding programs, HVAC programs, building trades. This may be one that we can introduce to those citizens while they're incarcerated that meets a certain criteria.
You're recognized.
Thank you very much. In fact, in this legislation, it does name the Department of Corrections as being one of the people that will help solve this problem. Also, our colleges of applied technology, they're going to let them do some testing also. It's opening it up for the TDOT, Department of Corrections, and our higher ed folks.
Follow up?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And so, yeah, I just encourage the Department of Corrections and the TCAP facilities, because that's who does a lot of the training. They actually come into the institutions and provide the training. So I just encourage our departments to start that process as soon as we can. Again, for those citizens, inmates that have proven themselves ready to take on this type of program. I think the earlier the better. So thank you.
Any other questions, Representative?
I concur 100%. Great idea. And I do want to say, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the department says that they've got a 3,000 person backlog currently on this. So if we could get those 3,000 out into trucks and then get these third-party testers keeping us up, I think this could be the answer to solving a lot of our supply chain problems.
Any other questions? Personally, I just want to thank the Department of Safety Commissioner and his staff, Elizabeth, working very closely with the committee and with you and with the Trucking Association to bring this about. This is a very comprehensive bill. And I think if we can follow through, it's going to make a huge difference in the way we do things with regard to CDLs and school bus driving in Tennessee. So I'm glad to support this bill, and I've got my name on it, in fact, as a co-sponsor. Any other questions? Seeing none, we are voting on House Bill. I gotta go back and look. I turned my page, folks. Sorry. Voting on House Bill 2146. All in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The bill goes to Government Operations. Thank you, sir. Number 2 on the calendar, Representative Reagan, you're up. House Bill 2041. I have a motion and a second. You're recognized, sir. I believe we have an amendment I have to put on the bill.
The amendment comes from the Department of Safety, if I recall. Forgive me. You'll have to give me your number, sir.
I have 014045.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. Members, we're going to vote on the amendment. Do I hear a motion and a second? Have a motion and a second on the amendment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The amendment goes on the bill. You're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee members, those of you in the subcommittee heard this, but I want to say thank you. This is another in a series of bills I've been carrying up here for the last 10 years. As you may recall, a certain administration some years back began a war on coal, and my district had 6 coal mines when that started. We have none now. This has been an effort to recover that economy in that area, and I'm pleased to report to you that it is working, and it's working well. The essence of this bill is to connect trailheads for the four-wheeler and dirt bike types that are up in that area now, enjoying outdoor adventure tourism. As we have done this bit by bit, and by the way, the Senate sponsor got TDOT to weigh in on this for safety issues. That economy is now actually drawing people up there. They're buying property and building. So the economic impact of this bill and the ones that have preceded it have been dramatic. With that said, I stand ready to answer questions. The outline that's on the amendment specifies the roads that are opened, small sections to connect trailheads, to be able to get some of these ATVs short distances to get gas or food. And again, this has all been surveyed. You should have been contacted by one of my county commissioners, who I think relayed to you the safety issues with this, as in for the last 10 years, there have been none. So with that explanation, I stand ready to answer questions and ask for your support.
Any questions from the committee? Representative Weaver.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Reagan, for working for your community the way you do. I have a question. I have looked into having some ATV routes in my district, and apparently there is a process through the Department of Safety in which they go and they look at the route and they look on how this could apply to an ATV being on the road there. And I know they have their standards that they need to go by. And since I've not seen the route, obviously you've already went through that process and you've been given a heads up. I mean, not heads up, but a thumbs up for being able to use this route for an ATV vehicle?
You are correct. As I said, my Senate sponsor actually pushed that through before I got to it.
Okay.
But the process, you can be helped by these clubs that are out there. Many of these enthusiasts want to go for new trails, and they're more than willing to help provide information for you.
I know it's just one thing. I mean, I live in a very tourist area as well. I think, well, all of Tennessee is number one for tourism. And I live out by Center Hill Lake. And so there are a lot of clubs, there are a lot of marinas that a lot of retired folks have moved out there, and they want to be able to drive their ATV on state routes. Is this a state route?
It's only applicable to state routes, yes. But
Okay.
let me stress that these routes need to be checked for safety. The bills that I have carried for the last 10 years, including this one, basically connect trailheads and provide very brief exits from a trail to a gas stop or a food stop that is very close, and again, checked for safety. And again, I'll emphasize, for the last 10 years, we've had no safety incidents.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Member.
Thank you. Any other questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, we're ready to vote. All in favor of House Bill 2041, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr.
Representative
Chair and
Reagan,
Committee.
you go to calendar and rules. We're now on number 3, House Bill 1965. Either they're anxious to get you out of here or they really like you. I don't know which it is. We have a motion and a second. We have an amendment on your bill, sir.
Yes, sir. It's 014222.
That's what I have. Let's vote on the amendment. All in favor? Let's take a motion and a second first. Have a motion and a second. All in favor of the amendment, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The amendment is on the bill. Representative Hodges, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So what this bill is we have an entertainment district in downtown Clarksville. And when the roads are closed off, this would allow the businesses within that entertainment district to use golf carts on the roads. It's permissive to the city and again, can only be used when the roads are shut down. So I'll be glad to answer any questions.
All right, thank you. Any questions from the committee? Representative Thompson, you're recognized.
This might be out of order, but do you have someone in the audience assisting you in this?
Yeah, my daughter Sage is here with me today. So.
Thank you.
Let's welcome Sage. Welcome. Representative Towns.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to ask your daughter if she'd be interested in running against you. I found that's the campaign for her.
Any other relevant questions? Questions have been called on the bill. We're voting on House Bill 1965. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. The bill goes to calendar rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and the whole committee except Joe Towns.
We're now on item number 4 by Representative Powell, House Bill 2278. We have a motion and second, Representative. You do have an amendment?
Yes, sir. It's 14434.
That's what I have. Let's vote on the amendment. Do I hear a motion second? Motion second on the amendment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. The amendment is on the bill. Please explain your bill as amended, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is a bill to study Amtrak, expanding Amtrak rail service, passenger rail service across the state of Tennessee with TASR. Right now, it's exciting time. There's a proposal to potentially bring a line from Atlanta to Nashville with a stop in Chattanooga, Tullahoma, and Murfreesboro, but we want to expand that and look at the possibility of expand that to other parts of the state as well. There's a talk of bringing a line into Bristol and make sure that we look at that as well. But essentially, that's what this bill does, is has TASR look at that. I've worked with the Class 1 railroads on this, and also TDOT and some of the different stakeholders as well.
You've heard the explanation. Any questions, comments from the committee? Seeing none, are we ready to vote on the House Bill 2278? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Your bill goes to calendar and rules, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members.
Item number 5, Representative Harris, House Bill 2754. I believe you have an amendment, Representative Harris.
Chairman, yes, I do have an amendment. That's 014646.
That's what I have. We have a motion and a second on the amendment. We're voting on the amendment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. The amendment is on the bill. Please explain your bill as amended, sir.
All right. So obviously, we all see it every single day. The temporary tags have gotten out of control in our state. You'll have tags that have some color to them with the green stripes on them. You have some tags that say tag applied for. You have people counterfeiting tags and selling them on Facebook for $25 as we speak right now. Last February, we had a young lady named Erica Wilkins in Memphis who was walking on the side of the street on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and she was hit by a vehicle that had drive-out tags. Those drive-out tags were fake, and so at this very second, they still can't find the person that hit her and killed her. And so those situations are becoming recurring in our state. And so this bill is to kind of clarify some of the issues that we do have with temporary tags. The original bill was to create a new design, but at this very moment, the Department of Revenue already has one that they've already issued. And so we're going to see if that actually works in lieu of the old tags. This one has a watermarking on it, so hopefully that kind of curbs some of the issue that we're having. But this bill basically would make it a Class E felony for temporary tags, make it where a person who counterfeits, copies, duplicates, or manufactures or assists in counterfeiting, copying, or duplicating could be up to a Class E felony, as well as stop the use of tag applied for tags, and also make it to where any tag that is not black and white is invalid. And so, Chairman, that explains the bill.
All right. Questions or comments? Representative Campbell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sponsor, will this require special new machines or new paper?
You're recognized.
No, at this very second, it will not. Everything is already in place, so nothing's going to change as far as the tag goes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? I want to thank the sponsor for working with Revenue on getting this bill in its proper position before the committee. This is a problem, and appreciate you taking it on. And I think without objection, we're ready to vote on. Well, we do have a question. Could you withdraw that question on the bill, please? Representative Grills.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And what is the fine now, or what is the penalty now?
So-
A Class C felony is a pretty hard-hitting felony.
You reckon that?
So currently, right now, we do already have language for people who use tags, and that is a Class E felony already. And so this is just clarifying that language and just codifying what's already there. So it's already technically a Class E felony already.
The people that do what with those tags? You said that use those tags?
Utilize our real plates. So the
Okay.
real plates, they're already in language already for Class E felony. The word temporary tags is not necessarily in there. We just assume that that's what it also means. So we're just making sure that clarification is in there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions? All right, we're ready to vote on House Bill 2754. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. This bill goes to calendar and rules, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, committee.
We are now on item number 6, House Bill 2287 by Chairman Boyd. I have a motion and a second, sir, and you have no amendments. I don't see one, so you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee, as you know, the state fair relocated to Wilson County in 2021. And what this bill would do is it would allow Wilson County to coordinate with TDOT and put a guide sign up on the interstate that indicates that the Expo Center is there at that exit. I'll take any questions, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
any questions or comments for the sponsor? I hear crickets, so we'll be voting on House Bill 2287. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. This bill goes to Finance, Ways and Means, Representative Chairman Boyd. All right, item number 7, House Bill 1663 by Representative Russell, Chairman Russell. He's going to the podium.
Thank you, Mr.
We
Chairman.
have a motion to second on your bill, but we have an amendment. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to find the number here.
I have 13964. Does that correspond?
013964. That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Very good. We have an amendment, members. Do I have a motion second on the amendment? All right, we're voting on the amendment. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. The amendment is on the bill. Chairman Russell, would you explain your bill as amended?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The House Bill 1663 as amended makes the Hannah Eimers Memorial Tennessee Roadside Safety Hardware Act, where Hannah was unfortunately killed when a guardrail speared into her car. This bill establishes that it is the intent of the General Assembly that the Department of Transportation keep abreast of the United States Secretary of Transportation implementation of crash testing measures, including but not limited to methods for formally verifying the testing outcomes and providing for the independent pass-fail determination, with the goal being that TDOT will be in compliance with the requirements of the United States Department of Transportation. With that, Mr. Chairman, I renew my motion.
Thank you, sponsor. Any questions, comments from the committee for the sponsor? Question has been called on the bill. All in favor of House Bill 1663, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Your bill goes to calendar and rules, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told we need to reconsider our actions on 2278. Item number 4. Let me find it. It's lost in the shuffle. Item number 4, we need to reconsider our actions. I sent that to calendar and rules according to my notes here. We need to reconsider our actions and send it to finance. All right. We have reconsidered our actions. Just a moment, please. Let's consult with legal. Okay. Very good. We have a motion and second to reconsider our actions. All in favor of sending this to Finance Administration, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The bill goes to Finance Administration. Finance Ways and Means Committee, sorry. Representative Towns. It's a TASER study, as I understand, so that's what I'm told. All right, any other questions? Have a motion to adjourn. We are adjourned.